It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. He's known as Smitty. He is a man of mystery, but he's a guy on a motorcycle, and so we need to pay attention to him today. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Indiana County ABATE is a very, very active club of motorcyclists and folks that want you to be safe around them just as they want their own members to be safe. And so, Smitty, good morning.
Morning.
It's good to have you back with us here today. Indiana County made a declaration as May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month.
Yeah, I had no idea we could do that kind of thing, so it worked out really well for us. Next year, I'll make sure I get it a lot earlier in the month.
Yeah,
they signed it yesterday, so
wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
We're good to go.
And the good thing about that is it gives us another chance to raise awareness of motorcycles on the road and of the need for motorcycle drivers and riders to be safe, but for other motors to be safe around them, which doesn't always happen.
Well, the really big thing is a little dink in your car can be catastrophic to someone on a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. So we ask that they really pay attention, and being that we're looking at Memorial Day weekend coming up, that's usually the kickoff for summer. The bikers are going to be out there, and a lot of those people, they're just not throwaways. They have families, all that other kind of thing, and we just try to keep the bikers as safe as we can because, like I said, a little dink for our car can be catastrophic for someone on a bike.
Got to keep them upright, got to keep them safely navigating the roadways. Sometimes they go in large groups, sometimes they're by themselves, but it definitely is a great brotherhood and sisterhood of riders, isn't it?
Yes, and right now, the state of Pennsylvania, the state part of ABATE, is working on getting a law passed so we're allowed to control traffic, like by blocking intersections. So if you're in a pack, the whole pack can go through the intersection. Right now, we're not allowed to do that. Mm-hmm. There's, I think, police, fire, and I forget who the other people are that are allowed. I think it's ambulance that are allowed to shut down an intersection. So if you pull out into the middle of the intersection and you're the one blocking the intersection, if somebody accidentally runs over you, it's your fault.
Yeah.
We kind of think that's wrong.
Well, absolutely. We need to be absolutely sure that everybody is as safe as is possible. There are all kinds of issues that we talked about the last time you were here for motorcycle safety. Some of those are beyond your control. A deer runs out in front of a motorcycle. It's a whole lot worse than a deer running out in front of a car. We know that.
Yes, for sure.
And so maybe you don't see as many motorcycle riders at dusk or at dawn as you might otherwise, but that's just people taking care of themselves. But people and relating to other people, that's the real safety issue that we need to pay most attention to right now.
Correct. And what we try to do is when you are riding in a pack, we try to keep the motorcycles tight enough together so a car can't try to sneak in. And they will, like if you're on a 4-lane road and it's getting ready to go down to 2 lanes, there's always that one guy that has to try to be in front of the pack.
Yeah.
And that can be very dangerous for us because they're trying to cut in, they cut us off, that kind of thing. So, it's all about just paying attention. And I think we talked about the blindness factor. You can look right at something and not see it.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot with us. You'll hear people say, "Officer, I'm sorry, I did not see them."
Yeah. Look for the gorilla.
Exactly. You remember the gorilla. Everybody remembers the gorilla
Even
once they see it.
Once they see it. Well, that's the thing. And you explained that when you were talking about a safety presentation that you make, where
that's Operation Save a Life. Yes, correct.
People, there's a gorilla right there in front of them, but because they're not focused upon it, they never even see it. You say, "What about the gorilla?" afterwards, and they say, "I didn't see it." Mm-hmm. Well, with a motorcycle, sometimes we are so used to the scenery around us, and motorcycles are not the easiest thing to see. Correct. If you don't see that headlight right away, there's a good chance that, for instance, in a passing zone, there's a motorcycle coming the other way. Somebody zips out around somebody to try and make a pass, and all of a sudden you've got a very, very dangerous situation.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so some other things that people need to know about when in terms of motorcycle safety, as a rider, as a driver of a motorcycle, what are some of the big points of emphasis that you make when you're talking about safety?
We just try to tell them not to do stupid things because we are motorcycles lots of times. You can pass a car and not leave your lane because we're small enough that we can get around them. And guys do that a lot.
Yeah.
So just, try to use your head. Don't be stupid. And when you're trying to pass a car in the lane that the car is in, that can be stupid, let's face it.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a motorcycle, you only get one chance to be stupid. And that's why we're here today. We're trying to keep those guys from not getting hurt or killed.
Now, this weekend, we're going to have some rain, and wet roads are always dangerous.
That's another issue.
Yeah. A wet road, if a guy knows that it's going to be a rainy day, odds are he's not going to get on the bike that day. But there are times when people will get out there on the motorcycle and unexpectedly rain happens. Or it's one of those 50-50 chance of rain type of days and you're going to try to get through. Sometimes you're not going to, so you really have to be extra cautious on that wet road.
Yes, and equipment is very important too, especially your tires. A lot of guys like to run their tires down until they're smooth, and on a wet, rainy road, smooth tires don't go well.
Yeah, and a lot of intersections still have that winter gravel and anti-skid, which for a motorcycle rider isn't anti-skid at all, is it?
No, not for a motorcycle, for sure. It will create a skid. But usually by now, most of that stuff is already gone from the road. So by May, usually, you don't have to worry about. Now the big thing is gravel.
Yeah, gravel on the roads.
Especially if you get the gravel that's about the size of a pea. That stuff is just like being on ice.
That number 10 stuff, huh?
I don't know what it's called. I just know it's about the size of a pea.
Yeah.
And that stuff is dangerous.
Really, really hard stuff to get onto. All right, so for folks who need to know about motorcycle safety, I know that you do courses and that there are online resources as well where people can find out about motorcycle safety. And it's not only never too late to start to learn about motorcycle safety, but it's always a good idea to brush up on it, even if you've been riding for years.
Yes. And like I said, my cohort that was here with me the last time is actually a motorcycle instructor for the state. So, and everybody says, Pennsylvania doesn't have a helmet law. Well, we actually do have a helmet law. It's called modified. I believe it's if you have 2 years riding experience, you have to be 21 or take the driver training course. Then you are allowed in Pennsylvania by law to ride without a helmet.
Yeah.
Like on a beautiful, hot 90-degree day, you won't see a skid lid on my head.
But
my friend Dave, I have never seen him ride without one.
Oh, yeah.
So once again, it's all about the choice.
Yeah, and that's not a macho type of thing at all. It's just what you're comfortable with doing, and we certainly understand that. So everybody needs to be safe. Those who've been riding motorcycles for a while might have fallen into a bad habit. Not a bad idea to brush up on your safety concerns there. There are resources. Indiana County ABATE is one of them.
Yes, and if you're interested in starting to ride, come and see us. That's what we're all about. We're about keeping people protected by the law. We fight, I don't know how else to put it, stupid laws, and there are a few of them out there.
Sure.
And, that's why we're here. We're going to try to keep the people that are on two wheels as safe as possible.
So how do people get in touch? How do people learn more about Indiana County's ABATE?
Well, if you're a computer person, look up Indiana County ABATE, and you'll find all my information right on there. We hold meetings on the first and third Tuesday of every month in Clymer. The first Tuesday is generally officers, but anyone is welcome to come. Then on the third Tuesday, we have our group meeting. That's where we bring everybody in and we talk about the issues. Or right now, I believe it's the first Sunday in June. I'm not looking at my calendar, but I believe it's the first Sunday in June. We do a ride every year for Camp Arenda. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, well, we go up there every year, and since I've been the president, we started picking honorary members from the camp. And when we first started going up there, I honestly believe that some of the people are mentally handicapped to the point where you really don't think that they understand what's going on. Boy, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they campaigned I started making honorary members. And now they campaign, Smitty, can I be the honorary member this year? And it's just a great feeling.
Sure.
You know, those people are just totally amazing to me.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. You said first Sunday of June?
Yes.
That'll be June 6th, D-Day.
Correct.
That's a very special day in a number of ways, and that's just one of them. Smitty, thanks so much for coming in, visiting with us. This is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month here in Indiana County.
Yes.
Even though the month is ending, it's never the wrong time to be safe on a bike, is it?
Correct. Just please pay attention, because we're out there and we're not going away. And we just ask that you pay attention and don't run over anybody.
Good plan. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. You can see Smitty's whole interview on our WCCS Facebook page.